most comfortable position. You can either have your eyes open or closed. Just take a moment to settle in. Just giving yourself this time to arrive back into your body. And then allowing the body to slow down. And notice as you do this, perhaps your mind also begins to naturally slow down. And as you begin to pay more attention to your bodily sensations, notice what might be arising for you in this moment. Any feelings or sensations, and where are you feeling these in your body? Without judgment, just noticing, sensing, and feeling. And you might begin to notice your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Noticing the movement of your breath. Settling into a breath that is most relaxing to you. And then you might begin to notice your inhales and your exhales. Feeling where the breath moves in your body. And you might begin to allow your exhale to lengthen. So taking your time to breathe in, taking just as long or maybe a little longer to breathe all the way out. And then noticing your energy levels and how you're feeling in this moment. One last deep breath in. And breathe all the way out. And gently open your eyes, bring your focus back into the room. Now wherever you are, you can slowly make your way up onto your hands and knees. Taking your time. We're going to start in a child's pose. So a couple of options here. You might be comfortable to send your hips all the way back into your heels and maybe your forehead might find the floor. However, if this is not comfortable for you, if you have a blanket or something soft close by, you can always bring something between or behind the legs as you sink back. Now if the floor feels a little too far away, bring a block underneath your forehead. You can rest your head on top. Or if you don't have blocks, make fists with your hands, stack them up, and rest down. Making any other adjustments you need here. So you may or may not need any props at all, but you have your options. So I'm going to take one more breath in and breathe out. Now from here, look towards your hands. Hands are roughly shoulder width apart. We're going to start to shift forward and draw shoulders over the wrists, coming into a low plank position. So your knees are slightly behind the hips. Keep the core engaged. And as you exhale, we're going to send the hips back, coming back to child's pose. But this time we're going to perhaps keep the gaze forward if that's comfortable to do. We're going to keep moving between these two poses. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale, sinking back. Grounding to the hands, but keep the arms lifted. Again, inhale. And exhale. Now you can continue with this option here. But otherwise, if you feel like you want to do something a little bit more, next time you come to your low plank, you're going to tuck the toes under and lift the knees up off the ground, coming to your full plank. From here, we're going to pull the belly button in, lift the hips back and up, come to downward facing dog. So again, inhale, shifting forward, maybe in your full plank or your low plank. And then exhale back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Now this time as we come forward, we're going to hold here. We're going to lower the knees. And we're going to find our way down onto the ground. So bend the elbows. See if you can keep the arms close to you. Keep pointing the elbows back and gently lower your belly down to the ground. We're going to bring the hands just underneath the shoulders. Press the tops of the feet down. Gently pull the navel in towards the spine. Now as you inhale, we're going to come to baby cobra. So we're not really pressing into your hands. Gently lift your chest up and forward. And see how high you can get without actually pressing into your hands. And then exhale, lower back down. So again, press the toenails down, belly's engaged. Inhale, peel the chest up. You might look forward. You might gently relax the shoulders down away from your ears. And then exhale, lower back down. One more time. Inhale, coming to baby cobra. Exhale, lower. From here, bring your hands just beside the rib cage. Press up onto hands and knees, so back into your low plank position. And then send the hips back, coming to your child's pose again. All right. From here, look towards your hands. You're going to start to walk your hands over towards your right side. So you can walk your fingertips away and then ground the hands down. As you exhale, sink into your left hip. You should feel a nice opening along the left side of the body. See if you can hold here for a couple of breaths. So breathing in and out. You might even picture breathing into the left side of the body. And exhale. Slowly walk your hands back to center and then over towards the other side. Again, you can gently walk the fingertips away and then ground the hands down. Exhale, sink into your right hip and taking a couple of deep breaths here. Breathing in to lengthen the right side. Exhale, release. Again, breathing in and out. Walk your hands back to center. Come onto hands and knees to find tabletop position. This time you want to stack the shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. Couple of cows and cats. So as you inhale, you're going to open the chest, arch the low back. You can look forward or maybe look up. And as you exhale, pull the belly in, round the spine and drop the head. Come to cat. Again, inhale, coming to cow pose. If it feels good, you might tuck the toes under. As you exhale, round the spine, we're going to press the tops of the feet down. Again, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Let's do one more round. Inhale. And exhale. All right, coming back to a neutral spine. We're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the knees up, send the hips back and up. We're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. You can keep the knees as bent as you wish, coming to an easy forward bend. It might feel good to gently rock back and forward. Again, if your hands don't quite reach the ground, feel free to bend the knees a little bit more, or you can always grab hold of your ankles instead. Now from here, we're going to bend into the knees. We're going to hug the belly in and slowly roll on up one vertebrae at a time, stacking one on top of another. And come all the way up to stand. Once you're up, you might reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Okay, we're going to slowly make our way back up to the front of the mat. So a mini walking meditation here. Noticing the weight transfer between one foot to the next. Sensations of your feet as you slowly make your way up. And once you get to the top of your mat, just stay here for a moment. You can allow the arms to relax down. Now from here, we're going to find the points of the feet. So I want you to ground down into the center of your heels, your pinky toe mounts, and your big toe mounts. Ground them down. At the same time, pick up the toes, spread them out. Lift up into the arches of the feet. See if you can keep this engagement in the feet as you gently lower the toes back down. All right. See if you can stay with this engagement of the feet as you begin to ground down from the tops of the legs all the way down into the points of the feet, and then finding 2 feet below the earth. Gently hug the belly in and lengthen along the spine. So you're feeling opposing actions here. You're grounding down as you're drawing up. Relax the shoulders. All right, now inhale, we're going to reach the arms up overhead. You're going to grab hold of your left wrist and just very gently draw it up towards the ceiling. Now, you might stay here, or as you exhale, you're going to side bend over to your right, lengthening the left side of the body. Keep grounding the left foot down. Inhale back up to center, release the arms. Again, reach the arms up, lengthen this time the right arm up. Exhale left, ground the right foot down, and back to center. Circle the arms down. Now inhale, reach the arms up, hands to your heart. We're going to bend the knees and sink into your chair pose. Hug the belly in, relax the shoulders. See if you can find some openness across the chest and across the upper back. All right. Deep breaths here, noticing what you're feeling as you stay in chair pose. What is speaking to you? All right, take a breath in. And as you exhale, coming back to forward bend. Relax the head, the neck. And then come halfway up. Inhale. Lengthen the spine. Now, fingertips may be on the floor, or you might have fingertips or hands onto your blocks. Okay? If you don't have blocks, hands onto your shins or maybe onto your thighs. Exhale, lowering back down. Now from here, you might have hands beside your feet, or if you are using blocks, bring them beside your feet. You're going to step the right foot back, coming to a lunge. Okay. Give yourself a moment to find a steady stance. And then from here, we're going to gently lengthen the front leg. And coming back into your lunge. A couple more. So we're going to lengthen, and you might look down at your front foot. And as you come down, we're going to look forward, draw the heart forward. So you might inhale as you lengthen the front leg, and exhale as you sink down. We're going to hold here. Can you find the points of the feet again in the front foot and also in the back foot? Even though the heel is lifted, we can still send energy into that heel. All right, open the heart, look forward, breathe. Now can you add a little bit of squeezing action of the inner thighs? Gently squeeze the inner thighs together. Hug the belly in. And then from here we're going to ground the back heel down. Slowly windmill the arms up, coming to warrior two. Now here you may adjust your stance a little wider if needed. Okay, so again finding your steady stance, and again finding even grounding into all the points of the feet. We're going to inhale, lengthen the leg and the arms up to the sky. Exhale, coming back down to warrior two. Inhale, rise up, and you might look up, and exhale, coming back. One more, inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Hold here. Okay, find those points in the feet again. Ground down again from the tops of the legs down. And as you do so, can we squeeze the muscles against the bones? Can we draw the belly in and lift up, lengthen the spine? But are we able to relax somewhat the shoulders back down? Can we gently open or externally rotate the arms from the shoulders all the way out along the arms? And keeping the upper arms externally rotated, can we just draw the palms back down towards the floor? Deep breaths here. All right, when you're ready, windmill the arms back down. We're going to pivot onto the back foot. You're back in your lunge. Feet are pointing the same direction. You can get rid of your blocks for a moment, hands to the ground. From here, step the front foot straight back to a three-legged dog if that feels good to do. And then from here, we're going to bend the top knee and open the hips. So you're going to draw the heel towards your buttocks. Imagine you're drawing the knee towards the sky. And you might even look over your right shoulder to see if you can see that top foot. And then we're going to square the hips again. If it feels good, reach that leg back to a three-legged dog first, and then gently place the foot down. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Option to lower the knees to the ground. Otherwise, again, we're going to chaturanga, lower all the way down. Inhale, coming to baby cobra. Press the toenails down. Hug the belly in. Peel the chest up. Now, if you're feeling good here, now add a bit more weight into your hands and see if you can continue to lift up. But try not to let the arms overpower what your back is doing. And then lower back down. Bring your hands beside the rib cage, tuck the toes under. Option one, press up onto hands and knees, or you might press back straight up into your full plank and eventually meet back in downward facing dog. All right, look towards your hands. Gently walk or hop the feet up, coming back to your forward bend. Relax the head and the neck. Come halfway up as you inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower back down. We're going to bend the knees, look forward. Sweep the arms forward. Now see if you can use those legs to help press you all the way back up to stand. Hands to your heart, exhale. Take a breath. All right. Inhale, reach the arms up. And again, we're going to, we're going to lift. Again, grab hold of your left wrist, gently draw up. And exhale, right. And come back to center. Circle the arms down, exhale. And then inhale, other side. Lifting right arm up and side body bending to the left. And circle the arms down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Now option to again bring the hands to heart, or you might keep the arms up overhead, sinking into chair pose as you exhale. Hug the belly in, ground down into the points of the feet. Spine is nice and long. Deep breaths here. And see if you can see your toes. If not, you might want to shift your weight a little bit more back into your heels. Exhale, diving forward. Come halfway up as you inhale. And exhale, lower back down. Again, if you like to use your blocks, you can grab them. Step the left foot back to lunge. Again, give yourself a moment to find your balance or your steady stance. And then once you're ready, we're going to extend the front leg. You might look to your front foot. Exhale as you sink down, open the chest, look forward. And again, inhale, lengthening the front leg. Exhale, lowering down, look forward. One more time, inhale. And exhale. All right, hold it here. So again, ground down into the points of the feet. Send energy from the tops of the legs down. Ground down. And then once you have this grounding, you're going to squeeze the inner thighs together. Hug the belly in and see if you can find a little bit more length along the spine. You can always change up the blocks too if you want a little bit more space, okay? Deep breaths. All right, when you're ready, spin the back heel down and windmill the arms open to Warrior Two. Now again, you might want to gently shift your stance. You can shorten, widen your stance however you need so that you're stable here. One good indication that you're happy is, are you able to find grounding equally into all the points of the feet? All right, when you're ready, flip the palms up to the sky. Inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen the front leg. Exhale, coming back down, Warrior Two. Again, inhale, reach up. And exhale, down. One more time, breathe in. And out. We're going to hang out here just a moment. So breathe. Again, grounding into the legs, into the points of the feet. Squeezing the muscles into the bones. Hug the belly in and lengthen the spine. Gently roll the shoulders and arms open. Keep this rotation in the upper arms as you flip the palms back down towards the earth. Reach from the heart all the way out along the arms and out through the fingertips. All right, windmill the hands back down. Turn the back foot forward. Adjust your stance if needed, back into your lunge. Remove the blocks, bring your hands to the ground. I'm going to step the front foot back, three-legged dog. All right, deep breaths here. You can hang out here or you can come back to a downward dog. Or if you like, you're going to bend that top leg and start to open the hips. Draw the heel towards the buttocks, knee towards the sky. And you might look over your left shoulder to find that top foot. But see if you can melt the right shoulder blade back down. Square the hips. If it feels good, draw the leg back up before placing it down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Again, option to lower the knees. Otherwise, chaturanga down. Feel free to find a cobra, or if you like, come to your upward facing dog. And finding your way back to downward facing dog. Deep breaths here. All right, looking towards your hands, either walk or hop the feet up, coming to your forward bend. Come halfway up as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower back down. Bend into the knees, look forward. Sweep the arms forward. Now use those legs again. Can you press equally into both your legs as you rise up to stand? Hands to heart, exhale. Take a breath. All right. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up. Again, gently grabbing hold of the left wrist, gently drawing it up towards the sky. Now again, we can come back to the side body bends like we did before. Or if you want, You're going to step your left foot slightly behind and towards the outer edge of your right foot. Now come to a side body bend. Exhale. And then slowly come back to center. Uncross the arms and legs. Inhale, other side, reaching the right arm up this time. Maybe stepping the right foot slightly back. And side body, exhale. Coming back to center. Release the arms and legs. Inhale, reach the arms up. Either bring your hands to your heart or reaching the arms out as you sink back into chair pose. Lengthen along the spine. Breathe. And maybe you want to sink a little deeper this time. Maybe you can draw your belly towards your thighs. Notice your breath. And exhale, fold. Forward bend. Come halfway up as you lengthen the spine. And exhale, lower down. Again, if you like your blocks, grab them. And step the right foot back, coming to lunge. All right. Again, find your steady stance. If you're a little bit wobbly here, feel free to widen the stance or shorten the stance. Okay. Again, give yourself enough space to open the chest and look forward. Find grounding in the legs. Find the points of the feet. And again, gently squeeze the inner thighs together. We're going to come up to a high lunge. A couple of options here. Option 1, keep those legs strong. You can use your hands to help walk you up. Or option 2, you're going to keep the legs super strong. Squeeze the legs, hug the belly in. You're going to reach the arms forward and keep squeezing to bring your body up. Once you're up here, you can keep the arms up overhead, or you might bring your hands to your heart, or you might bring your hands onto your hips. See what feels best. Okay. Deep breaths here. Squeeze those legs. Hug the belly and lengthen the spine. All right, from here, we're going to draw the arms back behind us, and if it feels good, you're going to hinge forward at the hips. Come as far or as little as you like here. Inhale, reach the arms back up overhead. And exhale, hinging forward. Press into the back heel. One more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming back up. Now, option to bring your arms behind you and interlace the fingers. If this doesn't feel good, just keep your hands on your hips. All right, roll the shoulders gently back and down, and you might be able to straighten out the arms. Option to stay here, or you might gently draw the chest forward and lift up, coming to a little bit of a back bend. Keep pressing into the back heel. Now, option to stay right here, or you might start to hinge forward at the hips. You might draw the belly towards the thigh, or you might even bring your left shoulder to the inside of the front knee and draw the top arms up to the sky. And you might drop the crown of the head towards the floor. And you might look at your back foot. Keep pressing into the back heel. Notice if you're still breathing. And then slowly draw yourself back up. And it's okay if you're wobbling. Take your time to settle in, and you might bring your arms back up overhead. If it feels good, sink into the hips, press into the back heel, coming back into that teeny tiny back bend. And then bring your hands to your heart as you look forward. And hands down, coming to lunge. And then from here, let's take the blocks away. Hands to the ground. Step the front foot back. Three-legged dog. Again, you might bend the knee and open the hip. Now, if you're able to find your top foot as you look, you might very gently drop that foot down to wild thing. To do that, you're going to pivot onto the bottom foot, coming onto the pinky toe side of the bottom foot, as you very carefully land the top foot down and arch into your spine. And then slowly coming back to center, draw the knee to your chest. and back to three-legged dog. Now, option to come back to your downward facing dog, or you might keep the leg up as you shift forward to plank. Take your vinyasa. Coming to either your cobra pose or your upward facing dog. And then finding your way back to downward facing dog. Know that a child's pose is always welcome anytime during class. Let's take a breath here. And then when you're ready, look to your hands, either walk or hop the feet up. Forward bend. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen along the spine. And exhale, lower back down. Then the knees look forward, sweep the arms forward. Again, use those legs. Ground down into all those points of the feet as you press up to stand. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath. And take a moment to notice any sensations in your body, how your breath is moving. And then when you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up. Again, grabbing hold of the left wrist, gently draw up. Coming to a side body bend, and again, option to step the left foot slightly back. And exhale. Coming back to center and cross the arms and legs. Inhale, reach up. Drawing the right arm up, maybe stepping the right foot back. Exhale. And come back to center. Inhale, reach up, either arms overhead or hands to your heart, sinking into chair pose. Deep breaths here. Again, notice if you're using equal weight into both legs and into all points of the feet. Maybe sinking lower. Breathe. Exhale, forward bend. Come halfway up, lengthen the spine. And exhale down. Again, if you like your blocks, grab them. Step the left foot back to lunge. Give yourself a moment, settle in. I'd like to have the front knee on top of the front ankle or maybe slightly behind. All right, and see again, give yourself space to open the chest so that you can look forward. Ground the legs down, squeeze the inner thighs, pull the belly in, find length along the spine. From here, option 1, walk up your front leg to come up. Or option 2, keep grounding, keep squeezing the legs, reach the arms up overhead. Breathe. Option to keep the arms up high, or you might bring your hands to your heart, or hands onto your hips. All right, you can stay right here. Press into the back heel. Otherwise, draw the arms back as you hinge forward. And then again, reaching up. Exhale, hinging forward. Keep the spine long. Inhale, reach up. One more, exhale. Inhale. All right, if you like, you can either bring your hands to heart or hands onto hips or interlace your fingers behind your back. If you're doing the hands behind your back, interlace with the other index finger on top. All right, gently roll the shoulders back and down. You might be able to lengthen the arms back behind you. Ground the legs, squeeze the thighs. And again, you can stay here, or you might gently draw the chest forward and up, coming to a bit of a back bend here. And if you like, start to hinge forward at the hips, coming as far, as little as you like. If you come all the way down, you might bring the right shoulder to the inside of the front knee. You might draw the arms up to the sky. You might point the crown of the head to the ground And you might look at your back foot. Deep breaths. And then when you're ready, gently come on up. Take your time. Release the arms. Maybe hands up or arms up overhead. You might sink a little lower and take a little back bend again. Hands to your heart, look forward. And hands down. All right, hands to the ground. We're going to step the front foot back to a three-legged dog. Again, if it feels good, bend the top knee, open the hip. You might be able to see your top foot over the left shoulder. And you might flip the dog. Again, pivot onto the pinky toe side of the bottom foot. Gently guide the top foot down. And then draw the hips up. Reach the top arm up. And slowly come on out of the pose. Draw the knee to your chest. And you might send the leg back up to three-legged dog. Feel free to come back down to downward dog, or you might keep that top foot up as you shift forward to plank. And take your vinyasa. Coming up to either your cobra or upward facing dog. And then finding your way back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then whenever you're ready, look to your hands. Walk or hop the feet up. Forward bend. Inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, lower down. Bend the knees, look forward. Sweep the arms forward again. Can we bring equal legs into the legs? Press up to stand. Hands to heart. Take a breath here. Again, noticing your breath, any sensations in your body. And just enjoying the internal landscape. All right. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Now we're going to come into a little balancing sequence here. If you're not feeling very stable today, maybe you want to stand close to a wall so that you have something to hold on to if needed. Okay? But starting hands in front of your heart, grounding down into the legs, pull the belly in, lengthen the spine. Your core is going to be the center of your balance. We're going to shift the weight into your left leg and start to pick the right heel up off the ground. Now this might already be a challenging pose for some people, so you can stay right here. Otherwise, you're going to step that right foot just a little bit forward or maybe right in front of the left foot and see how you feel here. Keep grounding down into the standing leg. Find the points of the foot of the standing leg. If you're feeling good, you might hover that foot, the right foot off the ground. And if you're pretty balanced here, you might bend the knee and draw the leg closer towards you. Keep the core on and notice your breath. All right, now we're going to send the leg back. We can start with having the toes to the ground. Option 1. Option 2, you might hover that foot off the ground. Keep the core switched on. Option 3, you might hinge at the hips, but you want to keep the line of your body and the back leg. So come as far as little as you like and try to keep the hips squared. And we're just going to transition between these two poses. So draw the knee forward, maybe toes down, up or knee up. And we're going to send the leg back. I want you to pay attention to your breath and notice when you stop breathing, and that's a good cue that perhaps you need to change your option so that you can find your breath again. You might even press the foot forward as you bring the leg forward if that feels good for you to do today. And then notice if you're able to move slowly with control and finding the edge of your limit here. Okay. The next time you draw the leg back, we're going to hold a little bit. So hinge forward a little, a lot, or not at all. So find your option. If you lose balance, hands can come down to the floor or onto your blocks. Otherwise, see if you can bend into the standing leg. Oh yeah. And then gently lower the back foot down. Coming back to lunge or your high lunge. From here, bring your hands down either to the ground or onto your blocks. If you don't have blocks and the floor feels too far away for you, you can keep upright and have your hands on your hips. All right, now from here, see how your stance is. If it's way too long, you're going to step the back foot up slightly. We're going to start to lengthen the front leg to come to pyramid pose. So gently lengthen as you exhale. Now if you're not feeling good here and you have blocks, you can change up the blocks and bring them a little higher. You might even walk the blocks slightly behind the front foot. See what feels good. Now if you don't have blocks, you're up here. You can start to lengthen the leg. And you might start to hinge forward at the hips. Now if this is too much for you, a wall could be helpful. You can bring your hands against the wall. Okay, and hang out there. All right, deep breaths. You might gently draw the left hip back and right hip forward. Lengthen along the spine. Breathing in, and as you exhale, that feels good, you might hinge at the hips a little bit more and start to maybe round along the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Deep breaths. And then inhale, come halfway up, lengthen the spine. Now from here, we're going to keep the right hand down and bring your left hand onto your left hip. Keep your spine nice and long, and as you exhale, you're going to twist towards your front leg. And if it feels good here, you might reach that top arm up or maybe slightly behind you. Now if you're standing without your blocks, you're going to just gently twist towards your left, and you might draw your left arm back. Continue to breathe. One more breath here. And circle that top hand down. All right, from here we're going to bend into the front knee. Now, we're going to shift the weight into the front leg and start to pick the back foot up. If you have your blocks, I suggest you walking them maybe about a foot in front of your front foot. And as you shift forward, lift the back foot up. Breathe. Option here is to bring that back foot down, hang out in your forward bend for a moment. Or if you want a little bit more, we're going to bend into the standing leg, bend into the back leg, and draw the back knee to your chest. And from here, maybe you can lift your hands up off your blocks and press up to stand. Those of you in your forward bend, you can slowly make your way up to stand too. And gently lower that right leg down. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath here. Alrighty, other side. So shifting your weight into your right foot. Start to pick the left heel up. Core is engaged, spine is long, and you're grounding down into the standing leg. Again, finding your options here. Maybe toes on the ground, maybe one foot in front of the other, maybe hovering the foot, maybe drawing the knee towards your chest. Notice what the other foot is doing, what movements are happening there to keep you balanced. And then we're going to send the leg back. And again, toes can be on the floor. You might hover the foot, or you might press into the back heel and start to hinge at the hips. keeping the body and the back leg in a straight line. Coming as far or as little as you like here. So the point is control. I want you to focus on how much you can stay in control as you shift between these two poses. So work at your own pace, taking as much time as you need. And notice what's happening with your breath. Your breath is a great indicator of how hard you are working. It's a great indicator of whether you can keep going at the same pace, or whether you can go harder, or if you need to pull back. So tune into your breath and pay attention to what is serving your body today. All right, the next time we bring the leg back, we're gonna hang out a little bit here. Again, fingertips can come down to the ground or onto your blocks. Deep breaths. And then we're gonna bend into the standing leg, sink low, and then gently lower the back foot down. And if you need to touch down for stability, please do. Make sure you're stable and find your way up. All right, so again, we're coming to pyramid pose. Adjust your stance as needed. You might shorten your stance. You might grab your blocks. Or you might remain upright, hands on your hips, or you might find a wall that you can press against. All right. All right, exhale, slowly lengthen the front leg. Breathe. Now notice if you're locking into the front knee. It's not necessarily bad that this happens, but if you're always locking into your front knee, switch it up and see what it feels like to keep a micro bend in that knee. See if you can find your spine nice and long here. And then start to hinge forward at the hips. And then gently allow the spine to round, one vertebrae at a time. Breathe. Gently drawing the right hip back, left hip forward. Noticing what feels good in your body and what doesn't. Where you might be holding tension. No judgment here, just notice. All right, lengthen halfway up. Keep the left hand down, right hand onto your right hip. Lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, twist towards your front leg. Option to stay here, or you might reach that top arm up and maybe slightly behind you. Notice if you're still breathing. Alrighty. Gently bring the top hand down. Let it bend into the front knee. So again, if you have your blocks, bring your blocks forward. Or you might bring your fingertips to the ground and bring them slightly forward. Shift the weight into the front leg so that you can pick the back foot up. Lengthen the spine. Again, option to place the foot down and come into your forward bend. Otherwise, we're going to bend into the bottom leg, bend into the back leg. Draw the knee to your chest. Maybe you can float your hands to your heart and press up to stand. Oh yeah. Breathe. Now for those of you who might be in your forward bend, slowly make your way up to stand. Otherwise, for the rest of us, bring the foot down, inhale, reach the arms up. Hands to your heart, exhale. Breathe. Alrighty. Now when you're ready, we're going to make our way down onto the floor. And if you have a strap, it might be a good idea to have it close by. If you don't, that's okay. We'll work with what we've got. Now, you can make your way down the best way you can, or if you're feeling a little bit playful, we're going to keep our hands towards our heart and we're going to start to lower down. Come down slowly and notice where the edge of your control is. Notice where you're still able to control. And once you find your edge, then bring your hands down and lower yourself down the rest of the way. But if you're coming all the way down, notice what's happening, what feels good, easy, or challenging. If you're quite close to the floor now, you might reach the arms forward and see if you can very gently lower yourself the rest of the way down. Draw the feet slightly forward. And from here, let's all come down onto our backs. Again, this is optional. You can come down any way you like. But if you want, we're going to start to rock back, round into the spine. And see if you can lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Noticing the edge of your control, where you want to go faster. And come all the way down. All right. You might walk the feet in slightly closer towards your buttocks and just gently sway the knee side to side. All right. We're going to hug the right knee in. And you can either keep the left leg bent or you might straighten the leg out. Whatever feels good. Squeeze the right knee into your chest. You might even gently wiggle side to side here. All right. Then from here, we're going to bring your right hand onto your right knee, left hand onto your left hip, and slowly open the right knee out to the side. You want to try to keep your left hip down towards the ground. Now you can either hang out here, or if you have a strap, you can place the strap around your right foot and start to lengthen the leg out to the side. Or you might grab hold of your big toe and start to lengthen the leg out to the side. If you don't have a strap, you can grab hold of the inside or outside, see what feels best, of your leg, and you can hang out here also. So you have options here. Again, before you think about coming to the edge of your stretch, can you slowly get there and allow the body to feel somewhat relaxed as you are in this position? And then you can slowly work towards deepening the pose if that is what is needed. All right, we're going to draw the knee back in towards the chest, hug the right knee in. And then we're going to bring the leg across the body. So left hand onto the right knee. Draw the leg across and reach the right arm away, coming to a nice spinal twist here. And breathing into the spine. And exhale, melting into the right shoulder blade. You might look away from your knees or looking towards your right. Then slowly come on back to center. Hug both knees in towards the chest. You might gently rock side to side. You might circle the knees one direction and the other. And then hug the left knee in and relax the right leg down. Again, the knee can be bent or you might straighten out the right leg. Squeeze the left knee in, maybe gently wiggle side to side, see what feels good. And then when you're ready, right hand on the right hip, left hand onto the left leg and gently open the leg out to the side. Option to stay right here. Or if you like, bring the strap around the left foot, or you might hold on to either the foot or the leg if you don't have a strap, and open the leg out. I have a wall here, so that's as far as I'm going, but it feels good. And just hang out here. Breathe. And again, just allowing the pose to slowly deepen naturally as you allow your body to relax. And slowly draw the leg back to the center. Hug the knees in. Oh, I almost forgot the spinal twist. So let's lengthen the right leg back out. And draw the left leg across the body, reaching the left arm away, and you might look to the left. Deep breaths here. Breathing into the spine, the low back, mid back, upper back. And as you exhale, melt into the left shoulder blade. Taking one more breath here. And slowly come on back to center. Hug the knees in, gently rock side to side. Again, you might circle the knees. Alrighty. Give yourself a big squeeze. Draw your forehead to your knees. Squeeze tightly into a little ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, relax. Coming to your Shavasana. So feel free to stay on your back, or if you need to shift and change position so that you're more comfortable, you want to grab your blankets or whatever you need to get comfortable, please set yourselves up. Then give yourself a moment to settle into the position. We'll end with a little short meditation. So once you're settled in, with your eyes either open or closed, sense and feel your jaw. And don't go into thinking. Just sensing and feeling your jaw. Notice how your jaw, mouth, and other parts of your body soften and relax as you continue sensing and feeling your jaw. Notice how, as one layer of sensation is experienced, it dissolves and a next layer is revealed. Keep attention in your jaw. As you do this, feel the progressive relaxation response that deepens over time. Notice how this relaxation response then migrates to other parts of the body. Now sense your shoulders. Without thinking, just sensing and feeling your shoulders. Notice how your shoulders soften and relax as you stay with sensation without going into thinking. Just as before, as one layer of sensation dissolves, the next layer of sensation is revealed. Keep attention in your shoulders. As you do, feel the progressive relaxation response that deepens over time. And feel free to continue engaging this practice with other parts of your body, your face, arms, torso, pelvis, legs, or with your entire body as a field of sensation. Don't try to relax or dissolve tension. Simply stay with sensation and experience how your body naturally lets go into ever deepening relaxation response. Whenever you're ready, gently bring some movements back into your body. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Bring some movements into your arms and legs. You might bend the knees. Gently roll over to your favorite side. And gently use your hands to help you up to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed or relaxed. And take a deep breath in, long breath out. Again, breathe in. This time reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, draw the thumbs to your forehead for positive thoughts. Thumbs to your lips for kind words. And thumbs to your heart for inner peace and happiness. Whenever you're ready, gently open your eyes. Namaste.